everybody, Tim Norris here, or you could call me GreyElephant.
And Carmen Norris.
And welcome to episode 12, 11? We're at whatever number is said at the beginning. That's what number we're on.
I'm going to go with 11 because it's symmetrical.
That is, because it's a 1-1, perfectly symmetrical.
Yes.
You can divide that up.
I do not want to be asymmetrical garbage this week.
And you would know that if you ever watched Soul Eater. Because Death to Kid, everything has to be symmetrical. So, where have we been? Oh my God, Carmen, where have we been? Why have we already done? In what episode? What are we doing?
Last week, I had 102-degree temperature.
Not 103. Had a fever of 103.
I was on Advil with 102-degree temperature, so I don't know what it was when I wasn't on the Advil.
Yeah.
You did not want to see that. So.
Yeah. Well, okay, so she had the flu.
Stomach flu.
Stomach flu.
Definitely did not want to see that.
You would not love me last week. Okay, so she come down with the flu. She passed that flu on to our daughter, then I eventually ended up picking up the flu myself. But I ended up getting the lighter version where all I was just nauseous nonstop, like the first stage of pregnancy. That's what it felt like.
And he knows this. Somehow.
Yes. Yeah, it's what is that called? Whenever it's like somebody's going through pain and stuff.
Sympathy.
So, yeah, it was a sympathy nausea. That's what it was.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. So we didn't film our Halloween episode yet because unfortunately Carmen was sick, then Emily was sick, then I got sick. So everything was just stacked against us, guys.
And sorry, but this week we are not going to do our Halloween either.
Right, because unfortunately, because we fell behind, now we're going to have to do our Essen video this week. So, all right.
They wouldn't change the date of Essen for us.
And we called.
We're like, why should we have to change our schedule?
They're so rude. They're so rude. We did not film our episode. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do our top games of what we're excited for Essen. That's coming up this weekend. And then this coming up week, we are going to do our Halloween spooky games.
We will still do the spooky games.
Spooky. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so...
Love is kind of crazy with a
spooky little girl like you.
I love that
Don't
song.
look at me in the eye and call me a spooky little girl. Anyways, so what I want you to do, leave your comments below of the games that you're excited about for Essen. And if this is the first time you viewed this video, because you didn't see the other ones, you can leave your spooky games down below as well. Now, everybody else who's already commented, I've already got your stuff, so we'll read those off next week. Not this week, next week. Actually, it'll be this Saturday, and we'll try to get back to our usual schedule. So.
Right.
All right. So, anyways, gosh, that was a mouthful. Yeah. We are going to get into our games. Let's get into our games. We should.
Our first game is
Deus.
Deus.
I am always wrong. Deus. I'm a Deus.
And I think I remember the designer pronouncing it that way. So that's the only reason.
Was that the designer, or was that just the demo dude?
I thought it was the designer.
Ah, well, okay.
I don't know.
Well, anyways, Deus is basically a game. When I first stepped up to it, instantly made me think of Terra Mystica because of the terrain. Because it has all this, it has a map, all these different types of terrain. And it did not help in the slightest that the buildings that they were using looked just like the trade buildings, trade houses from Terra Mystica as well.
They have to use similar components, and prototypes, so that just
inexcusable.
Happens. Yeah.
Inexcusable.
But it plays quite a bit different than Terra Mystica. You actually get points by surrounding a barbarian camp, and you can mess up and help your opponent surround it, and they get the points. Yeah,
because what happens, I believe it's whoever has the most military will end up taking over the camp.
Right.
So if you surround it all but one space, your opponent could just plop one military there, and then bam, they take it over, if I remember correctly. Now, the other thing you can do is gain favors from the gods by influencing them as well. So,
so it's pretty cool because there's mythology, Greek and Roman gods.
Which you love that stuff,
yes.
So that's right up your alley. So it's definitely, I remember when we played it at, or demoed it at Gen Con. Now, we went to a private little party for Asmodee, so some of these on here are games that we did demo at that place. So it'd be neat to see these games come to fruition and be able to actually play the finalized version. And this is one of the games I remember when we played. It was like, wow, that's going up high on the list.
Yes, and actually, if you look at the pictures, there's a little player board that shows you how to build the different buildings. that's really not shown in the pictures very well. So there's a lot more to this game than what you're gonna see so far. So
kind of
look
like a
forward to it.
Transformer, more than meets the eye.
More than meets the eye.
Okay, so did you now? Come on, was I the only kid that really wanted to be that boy in that commercial with Transformers, and then you just mouth it? I used to practice in the mirror.
Oh, ready? I'll say it for you. Ready?
Okay, ready?
More than meets the eye.
Was that pretty good?
Yeah.
Ooh, wait, let's try it again, but I'll point to my eye. And then that way they know, like, I'm talking about my eye.
Yeah, I think we're done. I think we're ready for the next
So the
one.
next one would be, we love Feld games. You guys know that by watching our videos. We love Feld, Stefan Feld, I Heart Feld t-shirts. We talked about this before. Aquasphere will be making its debut at Essen. And this is, wow, this doesn't look like a typical Feldish game.
It doesn't look like a Feld.
No. And everybody always uses the point salad.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, this one I guess will be the same thing. Though they always are. But this one looks so colorful and so cool. And I love the idea of being kind of like an underwater research station versus being like, collecting goods.
Yeah.
Or maybe,
well,
like,
and you've got an engineer and a scientist that do different things, so that's going to be interesting.
Well, and then you got a robot you program.
And
much like the one I have been working on for the last few years.
Oh, really?
That's what I've been doing in my spare time. Working on a programmable robot.
To let Stefan Feld know about that.
I think he stole my ideas when he did. He already knows. But
so the components, they look really cool. There's submarines and octopus, and you got your robot, right? Yeah.
She only named off 3 right before the show. Let's see.
Well, I don't know. There's something else that looks like a person. So,
well, but he's got like 3 legs, it looks like.
Squidward.
You think we could actually probably retheme this whole thing based upon that one little meatball looking like Squidward and make it the Krusty Krab.
Yes.
And we're making Krabby Patties. We can totally do this.
SpongeBob quotes throughout the entire gameplay.
And so the game is about you're doing research on octopuses. Do you really say octopuses, or is it supposed to be octopi?
Octopuses is correct, even though it doesn't seem like it.
It shouldn't, because when you say cactus, you don't say cactuses.
Cactuses.
I thought it was cacti, and shouldn't it be octopi?
I am going to have to look this up. We should have looked this up before the show.
No. We always discuss this. No, this is how we discuss things, right here.
I need to know this. So, is it octopuses or octopi? Let us know.
What flavor is octopi?
What do you think?
So, and the whole deal, I mean, it looks like a really cool game. I mean, you guys, Tasty Mistral will be bringing it here to the States. This game is super duper duper high on my list of wanting to play this year.
Yep.
And very excited about that one. So, next one on our list is another Stefan Feld, La Isla. Now, this is all about, once again, I guess you're doing research on animals and you're trying to collect them. Cage up animals.
You're trying to collect them, like Pokemon.
That's exactly what this game is. So we've got
catch them all.
We've got the first Stefan Feld game, which is an underwater Krabby Patty restaurant. And this one is a Pokemon.
Wow, does he just not have any original ideas?
The dude has no imagination at all. None. He steals everything off of Saturday morning cartoons. But I guess the deal is you're trying to capture the animals, do research. You're trying to use cards, and I guess the way that you play the cards will increase the value of the animals that you've captured. I don't know. Are you doing experiments on these animals? What are you even capturing these things for? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
I guess just to have around the house,
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily say why you're capturing these animals.
Having a lot of animals around the house can be expensive. I don't recommend that.
You'd have to buy different food for all of them. Why would you want to do that? Maybe you're starting a zoo.
Well, it says a scientist.
Okay, well, what's a scientist do? He's going to probably dissect them is probably what's he going to do.
Oh, and now I'm back to Soul Eater. That's how my brain works.
Yeah, it did. So anyway, La Isla is number 3. Now, mind you, these are not in any particular order. They're just an order that we just threw them on here on the list. Next one, though, we did play again at Gen Con and loved it, but it'll be making its, finally, it'll be making its debut at Essen.
Castle of Mad King Ludwig.
Castles of King Ludwig. This game's a lot of fun. Now, we've had Subdivision, we've had Suburbia, and this one will be the trifecta. This will be the Castle of Mad King Ludwig. And this one is, in my opinion, the best out of the 3.
This was My favorite game that I played at Gen Con.
Whoa! Favorite?
That I played at Gen Con. I mean, I only went for 2 days, so...
Out of everything we played, that was your favorite.
That was my favorite. I loved it.
Ooh, I played a lot of good games.
I really like the way
good,
the scoring works when you complete a room and you get the bonuses. It doesn't have to be bonus scoring. You can get any kind of bonus. You can plan that out.
Yeah.
And I like the way the first player changes, and you can kind of base your strategy upon that, too.
And I like whenever you're first player, everybody pays you the money instead of, just going to the bank or whatever. And that is cool because some of the buildings or the rooms are very expensive. And you always want to be first player when somebody decides to take that plunge and purchase.
It surprised me because when I saw the video from another convention and I saw the components, I was not excited.
Do you know why? So, it was probably because everybody else's videos are just boring.
That's why.
That's why. We're the best. What can I say? Come on.
I was not excited about the game because somebody else did the video.
That was why. Next on our list was another game we played at the Asmodee party, and that was Colt Express. Okay, look. Am I just that simple of a man?
It's a train!
It's the train!
It's a 3D
it's that
train!
3D train! And I see this thing, and I'm like, I gotta play it.
It's
for no
3D,
other reason than that train.
And your little person can go inside the train.
Inside the train!
Or on top of the train.
On top of the train!
Yes.
That's what you can do with your person. And it does look cool, and I can't help it. But you can punch and fight.
The mechanic is hand management, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
That's how you lay your cards down.
Well, yeah. It's about basically you can punch each other, you can shoot each other, you can sick the marshal on one another, and it's all about knocking over your opponent and trying to gain the most money. You're a bank, you're a coach, what is that
train robber?
Train robber? Yes, you're a train robber.
It's a train?
Is it a coach, train?
You're a robber?
Robber.
Criminal.
Crime doesn't pay, people. Except when you're... Outlaw. Except when you're playing Colt Express. But this game looks really good, dude. Not just the train. The gameplay itself looked fun. But the train certainly helped. I'm not going to lie. Okay, next one on the list is the expansion for Seven Wonders. Babel. Yes, that one, the Tower of Babel. Now, this one's actually like 2 expansions in one box.
Exactly. And the one that I remember the most was there's one big card and you're actually working together to build something, right?
Together. Yeah. It'd be like a giant trebuchet or something like that.
It can be, if enough people don't help you, then you fail. But you still lose your resources. So.
Yeah. And basically then if you do finish it, then everybody who participated will gain the bonus.
Right. Really big bonus. Right.
Humongous bonus. Like, game-winning bonus.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah. Look, if I built a giant trebuchet, I should get a big bonus. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Next, the other thing you can do is you could build towards the tower, and each time a piece is put in, then basically it's kind of changing the dynamics of the game. I mean, it's like, I remember like military was worth more, or it even decreased military or whatnot, but each time a piece of the tower was built, it was changing something towards the game, and then other pieces would be placed on top of those other previously laid pieces.
And you are the sole person who is changing the tower, correct?
I am the soul man, yes, the soul man who is changing the tower.
However you want to change the score, you build that piece, and then somebody else is like, "Oh dang, my military victories don't count for anything now."
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Now my military ain't worth nothing. Look at that! I even did the head thing.
You did.
And I got a bad neck right now too, and I still was kind of.
That's because it's worth it to him.
It is so worth it. In the name of comedy. Okay, next one on the list is the Terra Mystica expansion. Guys, we love Terra Mystica, and it was just. I mean, come on. We saw the expansion was coming out. Yeah. It's finally going to come out at Essen. And this looks just absolutely fantastic.
There's more races to play with.
Not to mention Yetis.
Yeti.
That's your favorite.
That's my favorite.
You're always going to want to be the Yetis now.
Yes.
Carmen loves it. She is huge into cryptozoology. She one time actually spent the entire night in the backyard thinking that maybe Bigfoot would pass by.
I did not.
That whole thing is a lie. Because she will not sleep outside.
Because there are real monsters out there.
Not that she doesn't believe Bigfoots are around, but because she won't sleep outside. But there's Yetis, there's Alkalites, there's Dragon Lords, Shapeshifters, River Walkers, and there must be another one because there should be a total of 6 of them. Ice Maidens.
Ice Maidens.
Ice Maidens, yes.
Which I never get played with because I am the Yeti.
You know, when I see Ice Maidens, it made me think of Iron Maiden. Yeah, Iron Maiden!
Oh,
and then, of course, that made me think of Bill and Ted. Excellent Adventure. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Put them in the Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden!
Excellent!
Then execute them. Bogus.
Bogus.
She was like, boo, boo, boo. Lame.
But I was trying to say something about these, the River Walkers.
Oh, yep. They can ignore...
They can ignore one terrain type. So I'm thinking maybe they don't have to dig if it's only one terrain type off.
Yeah,
That's
sounds like it.
huge.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah, so that is to us. To me, there's a few that we've already read off that I know for a fact we are definitely going to have to buy. There's just no way around it. Now, this one is on the list, but I'm going to be honest. This is one of those ones after playing Zombie 15. I'm not sure how high on the list it really belongs anymore. Escape Zombie... I want to say Escape Curse of Zombie
City.
But it's Escape... Yeah. Now... The thing is, we played Zombie 15. We loved Zombie 15.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it's somewhat fired both Zombie Side and Escape Curse of the Temple, which we own both of those, out of our collection. So even though Escape Zombie City is on this list, I'm not 100% sure how excited I am on it as much as I previously
It looks
was.
like it plays the same as Escape Curse of the Temple. You're rolling dice.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a dungeon crawler in that you're adding the tiles as you play the game. And we just kind of prefer not having dice. So.
Well, it's because, like I said in the video when we did Zombie 15, when I play Zombie 15, I actually feel like I'm making sound decisions, of, searching, trying to, what type of weapon I'm going to use, adding zombies into the horde box and stuff, how that'll hurt you the more you do it. Plus, the intervals that you've got basically 30 to 60 seconds in between each growl, so you got to be fast because that's about to come up. With Escape, and it's all about, well, I got lucky because I rolled the right thing. And you can be sitting there trying to roll the right thing forever. And even though I do still think it's a fun game, I really do, it's still highly luck-based versus Zombies 15. So that's my thing about it. But this still, I think, belongs on the list because even though I think we've been saturated with zombie-style games, I still think this one does.
And unlike Escape Curse of the Temple, it is 15 minutes instead of 10.
Yeah, which is funny. So Escape Curse of the Temple takes 10 minutes.
Right.
Zombie 15 takes 15 minutes. Escape Zombie City takes 15 minutes. So if it's got zombies, you got to have an extra 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zombies are slow.
Well, why you shouldn't need extra time then? Maybe you just got extra time to hang around and do stuff.
Well, they need the more time to try to get you, I suppose.
All right, last but not least on our list is Alchemists.
Alchemist. This looks cool. I just think it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is something about a smartphone app?
Well, yeah, it says here that players gain knowledge by mixing ingredients and testing the results using a smartphone app, iOS, Android, and also Windows.
You don't use the smartphone app to gain the knowledge. The smartphone app randomizes the rules of alchemy for each game.
Honey, I just read exactly what it said.
Yes, I know you did it. It wasn't...
It said, you didn't let me finish, and it says that randomizes the rules of alchemy for each new game.
Right.
So was you going to let me finish reading the sentence before you so rudely cut me? It was my fault. I should have finished reading the sentence. But,
I'm the one who forgot what the smartphone app does.
Because the smartphone, it's smart.
Yes, but when I saw a smartphone app, it turned me off from the game. But apparently, you don't have to have that. Yeah,
and that's the thing too. Is I don't know how crazy, because I know we've got the that game from Fantasy Flight coming as well. I can't remember; it fell out of my brain. And it's going to be using like tablets and stuff.
Basically, the application it takes the place of a game master. So if you have a game master, you don't have to have. Yeah, I don't have to use that.
Yeah, but that's still kind of two-player. I mean, one person a game master and the other one just plays.
Right.
So basically, it kind of did throw it off. So our last two are kind of like, kind of cool, want to play, want to try them, but not as excited about the other ones.
So sure. Okay.
So anyways, what are your guys' Essen releases that you're kind of excited leave them below. We'll read them off on this Saturday when we release the new video on our Spooky Halloween Games episode. And if you have not made your comment on your Spooky Halloween game, leave that below and I'll read that off as well. Anything else real quick on this subject?
No, we've got all our games in. It's time for Random Ramblings.
First or second?
I'll go first. But you read it for me and I'll answer first. That's what I meant.
That's probably a good idea since I already dug in here. Okay, you ready?
Okay, yes.
What style of game is your least favorite?
What style of game is my least favorite?
I think you could say style or mechanic even.
Right.
I know what it is. I bet you I know what it is. I'm going to write it down. Let me write it down before you say it, okay?
Okay. I already know what it is. Right.
Okay.
It would be like a skirmish type game.
Oh.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I should have said skirmish. X-Wing!
Did you actually write X-Wing down?
No, actually,
Oh.
that would have been funny, though.
That would have been funny.
I wrote down bidding. I thought it would be bidding, because you always hate bidding.
No, I'm not crazy about bidding typically either.
So you say skirmish is actually, you hate that more.
Yes, yeah, like, it's funny because HeroScape, we used to love HeroScape.
Well, and you still love Mage Wars, too.
And I still love Mage Wars.
But yeah, typically, if it's X-Wing, she hates it.
Most skirmish type games, I cannot beat him and I lose interest. And I guess I'm just not good at them. And I hate dice rolling. I hate it because then the dice beat me and it's so unfair. So there you go.
All right.
That's my least favorite.
Skirmishes. Got it. Dudes on a map.
All right. Let's see what this is. Oh.
Aha.
Name one board game that you wish would be made into a movie.
Oh.
And if you starred in that movie, which character would you be?
Dang. Well, this just got serious.
This is interesting.
My God. I don't know.
And you can't see our games because they're all covered up.
What game do I want to be in, man? Oh!
You found one already, huh?
Let's do Pathfinder. Pathfinder adventure card game. That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yes! And then I could be Valeros, and you could be Marissa. Oh. That would be sexy. That'd be sexy hot. Yeah, man. Let's do that. Let's say Pathfinder, because I just think that would be really cool, and I think it would make a great movie.
See, that would make a better movie. I was going to say Tokaido, because then you could just, like, relax in the pool with the monkeys.
You know they're pooping and peeing in that water. That's the thing. Monkeys are not sanitary. I don't want to play with them. The other thing, I would say if I owned the Legend of Drizzt Castle Ravenloft style game, I would say Legend of Drizzt. No, we didn't have the Legends of Drizzt. Okay. But if they would do that one, man, that would be a great movie too. Because I think that is long overdue that we get a Legend of Drizzt movie. Which man, that would be smoking hot. But yeah, other than that, I just think Carmen and I starring as Marcel and
they are going to get started on that movie right now. Look forward to it coming out in a few years. I'm going to start writing a letter right now. All right, guys. So that will end episode 11, 12, whatever one we're on. And we will see you guys. We'll start on our regular schedule again this Saturday. And this will be our spooky games. And anything else before you sign us off? Nope. Sign us off. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Griffin Gaming. From new releases to pre-orders. Griffin Gaming. Enter in promo code GreyElephant for 5% off your order.